Well, today I am looking around at the lake in Hernando, trying to find a really good location to do some plein air painting. The problem is I'm a lot older now. And you see this hand here? Steady as a rock. But this is the hand I paint with. One of my issues with getting back into painting is that I'm a lot older now. 20 years ago, I was doing really well, doing some incredible art, and I haven't done a whole lot of it since I quit. The last painting I did in Hawaii was in 2010, and we were in Maui, and then I did another painting when I was living up on the property, but I've never finished it because it just took so long. There was so much detail. So it's been probably 8 years or so since I did any painting at all. So this is the challenge I decided to give myself. Number one, I'm gonna do 50 paintings. Number two, I'm going to only do small paintings, 8 by 10, 11 by 14, 9 by 12, and that'll force me to really focus down on doing small work, but it'll also give me a chance to do quick work. Number three is to paint in plein air, which means taking my easel and paints, going out on location, and painting whatever scene that I set up to paint. And part of the reason for that is doing in plein air forces me to have to paint quicker and paint looser, which is one of my goals. And getting out in nature is just something that I love, and so that's an important part of the process. Number four. This part of the challenge is to give myself a time limit. And I'm going to start out with giving myself 1 day to do a painting. Basically go out on location, get it started, do it. If I have to, finish it in the studio. But my goal is really to complete a whole painting while I'm out on location painting. And this also will help push me to paint faster and looser because I'm having to paint quickly, because when you're out on location the light constantly moves and nothing stays the same, and so you just kind of fake it as you go to complete your painting. So for my time limit, I'm pushing myself to complete the project on location in 1 day, and then as I go towards the end of the 50 paintings, I'm going to restrict that time limit more and more until I get down to being able to complete a painting in 2 hours. And so if I can do that, I'm hoping that it'll help me develop kind of a new style, a looser style, and then eventually I'll get back into doing bigger paintings and going back to doing a little more detail. And the wind's picking up. Camera's blowing over. My number 5 requirement of this challenge is that I must fail in one way or another on every painting, whether that's color, contrast, value, my painting technique, my composition, my failing on meeting my time limit goals. I need to fail on every one, because every time I fail on a painting I learn something, and then I move on and I take that lesson with me to the next painting. And so in order to learn faster and grow faster at what I'm doing, I have to fail. And failing, if that's part of your goal, also takes away all the fear, because you're like, I'll do the painting, I'll complete it the best I can, and then I move on to the next painting and keep learning, keep growing. So fail, fail, fail is a requirement for this challenge. Smear some of that color on there. Okay, so my old style that I was doing 20 some years ago was very tight, very almost realism, and it also, the problem was that it took me days, weeks, sometimes a month to do a painting. And doing a painting, often I would get into it 3 or 4 days and I'd be like, oh, I'm so done with this project, I want to move on to the next painting. And so I wasn't painting fast enough for myself, and it became very frustrating, and it also helped me to burn out because it was just taking so long to get the paintings done. I was just so much into detail and so much into realism. It got to a point where it wasn't fun anymore. And so with this challenge, I'm hoping to actually get to a place where I'm able to paint quicker and enjoy the process more, and then be able to move on to the next project quickly, so that I've got one painting after another painting after another painting going. And eventually I want to take the new style that I develop and then kind of blend it in with my old style as I start to do bigger paintings and slow down a little more, giving the tree line a lot more, pop, because before it was so close in value, there wasn't a whole lot of contrast there. So I think this is helping a little bit. So number 6 on this challenge, it is to not just copy what I see when I'm out on location painting or looking at a photograph, but it is to paint with more feeling, with more emotion, and have that feeling and that emotion expressed in my paintings. Another part of what I want to do is, in having the feeling and emotion come through, is using the value, using the composition, using the color, and then doing a more painterly style. Have the feeling of some movement, some motion, some flair, if you will, using color combinations and trying to capture and put life using light and color in my paintings. The whole thing is about knocking the rust off of my brushes and getting back into painting.